Well, hello, it's Joe Walensky. I am the conference director of Convey UX, and we're coming up on our 14th annual event, April 13th in Seattle. And we're looking forward to having all our speakers there, as well as our sponsors and exhibitors. And today I'm pleased to be speaking to one of our exhibitors from Askable. It's Jonathan Peck. Hello, Jonathan. How are you today?
Good, thanks, Joe. How are you going?
Yeah, everything's good. I'm talking
Good.
from my home office in Bellingham, Washington, which is about 80 miles north of Seattle. Where are you talking to us from?
Yeah, well, don't let the Australian accent fool you, but I'm talking to you from Chicago, the frosty Chicago right now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's where I'm from, so I'm very familiar with it. It's great to
yeah,
have you as part of the event, and
yeah,
you're going to be there to be able to meet with people and talk about what you're all about. But why don't we hear it from you? Maybe you start off
yeah.
telling us a little bit about yourself and what you're responsible for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, no, thank you for having me, and it's always great to have these sort of chats, and we're really looking forward to being there at Convey UX. It will be our second year kind of going and attending the conference, and I had a great time there last year, so really happy to be partnering with the event this year. A bit about me, so Jonathan or Jonna, as some people call me, and I moved to the United States about a year and a half ago, and that was to really launch what we're doing here at Askable. So I kind of head up our North American arm here. We've got global clients, global customers kind of all over, but we decided it's time to actually have a physical presence here and chose Chicago because we can really fly to anywhere and have both our West Coast and East Coast customers right there and available. So yeah, so my role is varied. I kind of oversee operations, but also our kind of sales and customer support teams. And I've been with the company for around 7.5 years and love events, love meeting UXs, love product people. So I needed to get involved in this one too.
Well, thanks for telling us a little bit about yourself. And now, why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization and the
Yeah.
products and services that you provide?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Askable is it's a modular research suite, and so we were built out of a design studio actually, and this is going on 8 or 9 years ago now, when the world looked very different in user research and UX. So we humble beginnings there, but really we built the products that we wanted to have ourselves as a UX agency, and one of those has been and will always be humans and making sure that we're building the right networks and participant panels that are first party panels of our own. So that's kind of what we started with. It's still core to our systems now, but really people are using us to run continuous customer research. So we've got the recruitment and all that incentives piece baked in, but also all the methods that you need now as well. So our research suite has moderated research, unmoderated, about 10 different methods that people are using us for. And yeah, it's a really exciting time to be in the space. There's a lot going on with AI, but for us, we are striking that balance of keeping the humans in the loop at all parts too. And I know that's going to be a big topic at Convey UX. I've seen some of the talks already, and I'm like, need to be at that one, need to be at this one. So yeah, so that's kind of us in a nutshell. I could dive into a bunch of the different areas, but yeah, we're an all-in-one research suite.
Well, at the very start, you mentioned, kind of where things started and how things
Yeah.
have changed, especially going through the COVID years and that type of thing. Just curious of your thoughts about like
Mm.
maybe what some of the major things you've seen that have changed things at your
Yeah.
organization, and just what your thoughts are just on kind of the evolution of the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, the past few years have been interesting, right? And I think even before I start talking about AI and how we're seeing that kind of into the ways in which people are utilizing tools and also doing research, I think the biggest fundamental shift we've seen in UX and product teams is just the fact that I feel like now, and this is based on customer conversations I have daily, is that people are drowning in requests more than ever. I think capacity is such an issue in teams at the moment. And for those who are running research and have hands-on research, even designers who are now being tasked with all this extra kind of work that, it's just finding time to do it is incredibly difficult. So we made a shift a few years ago to actually enable people to run more research and to increase capacity. So I did mention early days we built this participant panel, and that was because people did not have access to really quality vetted participants for research. What we actually then built, and this is kind of through the COVID years, we were building this and launching this, is a vetted certified researcher network too. So we are actually a tool in which people will utilize to run research on their behalf. And we have freelance researchers, contract researchers, full-time researchers jumping on our platform, much like an Uber driver might, to earn extra money, to earn extra skill, to kind of plug the gap between gigs. I probably haven't explained that very well, honestly, but really we have resource on demand. So one of the big shifts we've seen over the past few years is people starting to experiment with this kind of modular model of plugging capacity gaps where needed. And so yeah, we'll be talking about that in Seattle when we're there. We'll be letting people kind of request to join that certified network if they're researchers who have that capacity themselves to run research on behalf of other companies. But it's for teams who just need quick answers and not necessarily a $500,000 consultancy project where you might go to Blink for, or these other teams who are really deep in the research. If you need a moderator, that's where we can help out, right? So anyway, again, long answer to a simple question, but a big shift we've seen over the past few years has been that need for more capacity and need for just answers at your fingertips.
Well, I mean, that's one of the advantages of being at the event for everybody is they'll all be able to have a chance to meet you in person, and you'll have a
Yeah.
chance to talk to everybody there, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of good conversations. So, thanks for taking a few minutes to introduce yourself and talk about Askable.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, I'm excited to be there at the event. We're going to be doing some cool stuff at our kind of booth space as well. So there's some new things on the horizon and things we've been doing over the last 6 months that I'm really excited to get people playing with and experimenting with the data and querying research that we've been conducting. So yeah, anyway, the teaser I'd leave there is remember back to the time before there was stock photos and you'd need to hire a photographer to do everything. Now imagine that world in research, and yeah, come talk to me and we'll explore that together and have some fun demos.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you in person in a few months. So thanks again, Jonna, for doing this.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, bye-bye.
See you later.